Q92, it's Marino in the morning with Marissa. Happy Friday, August 25th. It's 7:10.
It's about 67 degrees, and like Chris said, it's going to rain most of the day, even though the high is going to be of 78 today.
So we just had the morning pick me up with Marissa, and every once in a while it happens where the subject of the story is here. So Andy from Michael's Appliance Center. What's up, Andy? How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, my man.
And yes, it is raining. It rains so hard coming over to Mid-Hudson Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
The one place where you cannot not see. And holy moly, was it raining.
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
She's
Good way to start the day.
So, Andy, recap for our audience this great story that Marissa just shared, and from your perspective, tell us about what happened.
Well, okay, so it's a little bit of a story, but
that's all right.
So I go to this marketing conference. It's twice a year. There's several thousand people there, the movers and shakers in the appliance and furniture and bedding industry, right? The people who handle No Child Hungry, the nationwide marketing group, they've been tied up with No Child Hungry for quite a while. They like to help. And so they're there, right? And they had just come back from Maui. Now, that's not typical.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's not a typical response for No Child Hungry. No Child Hungry is usually you're packing meals or sanitary buckets, toilet paper and toiletries.
Mm-hmm. Necessities.
Trying to get ahead of the curve, people that are struggling, right?
Yeah.
And so now here the fires happen in Maui, and it's very quick, and it's a catastrophe, right? And they answer the bell. They take everything they have, and they go to Maui, and they're on the ground, or boots on the ground, doing what they can do. Well, so now they fly back to Tennessee just to come to the show, to show the people, here's what we're doing, and then they're going to go right back.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, that's a thing, right?
That is a thing, yeah.
So they have a bucket sitting on the table, and, on the off chance somebody will throw $1 or $2 or something in there, right? So it's close to the end of the first day of the show, and I walk over, and I look at the bucket, and I could literally count the money without touching it. Oh. I told everybody when I came back, I think maybe there was $200 in there. The more and more I think about it, I doubt there was even
that much.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, literally, without touching any money, I could have counted it. And in my world, for me personally, disappointing, right? The rule in the write-up, right? It's number 2 rule in my world. The first rule is everybody has skin in the game. Second rule is you have enough to share when you have enough to eat, right? Yep. We're all here at this conference.
That's a great phrase, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and it's so true. And so here we are at this conference with all these money and movers and shakers, and there's a lot of hard-working people here, but there's nothing in the bucket. So I reach into my wallet, and my wife gets me money before I travel. If I didn't have her, I'd probably never travel. I'd never get back. But I had altogether between that money and the money I had got at some cashback promos, I had about $600 in my wallet in 20s.
Right.
So I'm pulling out my wallet to throw some money in a bucket, and one of the people that I know, and I know everybody, right? One of the people that I know makes some snide comment like, "Oh, it's about time you're putting money in the bucket." And the little wire in my head kind of pulled loose a little bit, and so across the showroom floor, I'm yelling, "Hey, where's your wallet? Get your wallet out!" Right? And so I badger him into getting his wallet out. And he comes over and he throws a $20 bill in the bucket. Now at that point, I hadn't put anything in the bucket yet. So as he throws a $20 bill in, I pull one out of my wallet, throw it in the bucket. He makes the grand maneuver of making a snide remark about, so now you're going to match donations? Well, okay. Challenge accepted. Only he didn't realize what that really meant, because now I picked the bucket up. And when you watch the video, you see that's up. You see Mike Whitaker, the guy on the right. Mike is sitting there, and I picked the bucket up, and he goes, "Andy, what are you doing?" And I go, "I'll be back." And I just walk away. And I go to every person that I knew as I'm walking through this many, many thousands of square feet of show floor. I'm stopping, I'm going, "Put some money in the bucket."
Yes.
Yes. And some of them I had to shame into it a little bit, but every single time somebody threw something in the bucket, whatever it was, I threw another $20 bill in the bucket. So all I had in my wallet was 20s. Now there were kids there that, they're interns for some of the internet companies that are working and stuff, and they're digging loose change out of their purse. It's all they got.
They got caught up.
But they were the first ones to put money in.
Yep.
And now you get
Yes.
now you get some of the guys. The executives. I got to grab them and shake them. Turn them over, shake them out, see what falls out of their wallet. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You guys are going. You're going back to dinner after the show. You're going to a hotel that's, you're okay.
Yeah.
These people are in trouble. Somebody's got to answer the bell, right? And I just kept going. And so when my wallet was down to a $5 bill, I had all 20s and one $5 bill. I kept the $5 bill just so I would have a tip for the Uber
That's
driver.
what our parents used to say. At least have a 5 in your wallet.
It was the only 5 I had. It was all the money in my wallet.
You
right?
sound like my dad. Yeah.
But I didn't stop. I just kept right on going, and everybody that I could grab and shake down, I guess, if you want to call it that. But really what I was doing was just pointing out, hey guys, pay attention. Somebody's in trouble. Answer the bell, right? And it took about 30 minutes. I came back and I put the bucket down, and Mike Whitaker just didn't know what to do. He started taking the money out and counting it, and I think it was like $1,700, not counting the money that I had put in.
Right.
Incredible.
Right. And so then, because I'm the president of Dynamic Marketing, which is a buying group, collective of dealers. It's a several $100 million operation. I texted the executive director and I said, listen, I just did this. Can Dynamic Marketing give a donation? And I really, honest to God, wasn't looking for anything. $100, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything is good, right? $100 will make 1,000 meals at No Child.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
It goes a long, long ways, right? So I was expecting, $100, $200, something. And Alan texted me back and it was $3,000.
Woo!
Boom.
That's what we like
Put
to
it in,
hear.
yeah. And so, and it was really, as fast as it started, it was over. And now, and I said the next morning at 4:00 in the morning, I get to the airport to come back to New York. And I went earlier than I needed to so that I could meet with Mike and Bill from No Child Hungry because they were flying back to Maui.
Incredible.
I was only a couple minutes away from just changing my flight and going with them because they needed the help.
Right,
They needed the help, and if it wasn't for, really to tell you the truth, I don't know why I didn't. Typically with me, it's just okay. Somebody needs the help. Go help.
Go help them. Yeah.
And they were going to buy me breakfast because I didn't have any money in my pocket. But I had just gotten done at Chick-fil-A giving them my card, so they didn't get to buy breakfast. But I asked them to tell me that they got safe back to Maui.
Yeah.
All I wanted Mike to do was send me a text. Hey, we're on the ground. We're good. What we got instead was that video that everybody is seeing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if in that video in the beginning you see it. At the show, they had a Precious Moments little angel. Mm-hmm. And they had, when they got on the ground in Maui initially, and you really have to understand when they say it's total devastation, everything is just flat.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the rubble, they have a picture. It's on a couple of the videos that No Child Hungry has up. Is this little figurine sticking up out of the rubble.
Yeah.
Right? This little angel. She's untouched. A little bit of dirt, untouched. So Mike's a pretty passionate guy. Mike gets a couple other people. They get their phones. They GPS it exactly where it is. And then they took it and they put it in a glass case and they brought it with them to Tennessee as an example. You'll look at, here's somebody's guardian angel, right?
Yeah.
Watching, right? That kind of thing. And when the show was over that night, Mike's getting ready to go. He had not eaten all day, and I had not eaten, and we're like, look, we got to go get something to eat. He wouldn't leave until they absolutely, positively, face-to-face talked to the people who were handling that angel.
That's incredible.
It was
great.
That's the kind of passion that's in
Wow.
that company.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are there, Bill and Mike, are they're two incredibly dynamic people, and they just won't stop. And so really that's the driving force behind if I'm going to do it, let's do the whole damn thing. Let's not do part of it.
Yeah.
So
that's what we like
that's
to
where that
hear.
came
Incredible
from,
story, Andy. Again, if you're just joining the show here, Andy from Michael's Appliance Center telling us the story that we did with the morning pick-me-up about how just impromptu at a conference, raised money, got everybody going. So I don't know which part I like, guys. I don't know if I like the story or like Andy telling the story. That was a great story. The whole thing. Andy, let me shake your hand live on the air. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For doing that.
Thanks
and
for
I'm not
having me.
surprised because that's what the Hudson Valley does. We take care of our own. So you brought that down to Tennessee and showed them the Hudson Valley way.
I always remember a whole bunch of years ago, and I don't know if you guys remember this. It was on another radio station on PDH, I think it was.
Okay.
Where they had a thing going where if somebody's in need, so they would get people to call in and donate something.
Yep.
And then they would try and sell it up to get them something better. And there's always the story where the guy ended up with they had a contractor that built the garage, and they redid his house, and they got him a car.
Wow.
That's the Hudson Valley.
That's how we do.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we do here.
Yeah,
So
exactly
when
right.
there's something in need, Hudson Valley stands up first.
Love it. All right. Well, thanks for being here, my man. Appreciate it, and we'll share some
Came for a
coffee.
coffee.
Exactly.